welcome into On the Go. And I've got to tell you, we have Jim Inscoe here with us today. I've known him for longer than Let's Talk About. And he has Jasmine Hill Garden, and I am a flower freak.
Yes,
and
you
last
are.
year, Jim was sweet enough to give me an Aldrich hydrangea. They are amazing, they are unusual, and one of, I can't even tell you how many things of beauty that you have at Jasmine Hill Garden. And I think when you go there, it is educational and inspirational. I tried to think of what two words would I use.
Very nice description, thank you.
And I would love for you to tell our folks a little bit more about what goes on there and what can go on there. You have weddings, I know.
We do have weddings, we have business meetings, we have parties, like anniversaries, birthday parties and everything. And we're lucky to have two facilities for special events. We do have a wedding garden with a raised stone altar. And, so we have weddings there, but then the Fitzpatrick Cottage where Ben and Mary lived when they were building Jasmine Hill, the original part of it dates back to 1830, so you've got a lot of history there, but they added on during the 1930s when the family came to live with them during the Depression. But we can use that for receptions, meetings, parties, and we are limited to 125 people on that because of insurance reasons. But then the newer facility, which was built in 1996 when the Olympic flame was coming through.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I can't remember. I remember, and I can't believe it's been that long.
1996, yeah. So 22 years ago, it's hard to believe. But we can, inside we can go to 500 people in it, and then if we add on the patio outside, we can go 700 people for gatherings there. But it seems to work out nicely. We have adequate parking for both facilities, and of course lighting in the parking for nighttime use. So any time of the day works out well. And
so there's something blooming no matter what time of year it is,
unless
right?
we have a hard freeze that stops the camellias. The Fitzpatricks did a wonderful job of planning so that there is something in full bloom all the time, such as right now the crepe myrtles could not be prettier.
Wow.
And the hydrangeas are in so many different colors and everything. So
I just love them.
And we have annuals. We've got a lot of like zinnias. Oh, we have something interesting going on right now. Wardlaw Lamar, who was a Montgomery native and is retired back in Montgomery, has gotten us onto a butterfly project that involves zinnias and parsley.
Parsley?
Parsley, apparently the butterflies like to eat, and in the multiplication process, parsley fits in with the zinnia flower and the sugars and whatever they get out of that. So it's going to be interesting to see when they actually start forming the little cocoons on the zinnias and parsley. It'll be interesting to see, and I've never seen it before.
I
so this is something new.
But that's what I love about Jasmine Garden. I love it because you learn something every time you go. I mean, from history to flora and fauna, to, it's just, and the old Southern traditions.
You know, it's just real interesting. Like we had a tour from Huntsville about a year ago, and a lady who works at the Huntsville Botanical Garden was in the tour, and she noticed some scale on some boxwoods, and she said, "You've got a problem, and you need to get some merit to put on these to kill that scale." So we got merit and put on there, and it's cleared it all up, and the boxwoods look better than they've looked in a while. So people teach us a lot of things during their tours.
The power is in the partnership. But what I love the most is that you have chosen to leave a legacy that goes on and that makes Alabama the beautiful more beautiful. That you are doing things for all of us to enjoy and to take our grandchildren and our children and to teach them about the beauty of this earth and ways to preserve it and ways to appreciate it.
Well, thank you. You're very kind to say that, and we're real pleased. When we get visitors from out of state that have been visiting other public gardens, and they pull me aside and compliment me and talk about how pretty it is and how glad they were that they had come to visit. So you get your rewards that way.
You know, it's pretty, but it's also just the design. It's not just, okay, we're going to walk down this path and see this thing. This is designed to give you just a wonderful experience. And experience is the big part of it.
Well, as Ben Fitzpatrick and Miss Mary said, it was their home. It was never intended as a public garden. It was for their enjoyment as their home.
And their friends.
We've all had an opportunity to enjoy it.
And what is the best way to get in touch with you, to plan to take a group or to have a wedding?
Well, we have a website, jasminehill.org, but you can call the Jasmine Hill number, 567-6463.
That's right, I remember that. I've called that a lot.
Yeah, and anyway, we're glad to make arrangements to meet people any day of the year. It's just that we're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for normal hours all year, and we'll make arrangements to help anybody anytime.
Thank you for what you're doing with it. I know it's a labor of love because I've known you long enough to know that thing has been a drain. It's not something that this guy's getting rich. He's
It's
doing
very
it,
nonprofit.
It's very nonprofit, and he's doing it as a great service to our community. So I pat you on the back for that.
Oh, thank
and remember,
you.
if you've been, tell people about it. If they haven't been, make sure to put that on your agenda. We'll be right back right after this.